Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
I'm number 2 fan Tom.
I want to tell you something about myself, and I don't want you to take this lightly. I fucking hate the snooze button.
The snooze button on an alarm clock?
Yeah.
I love it.
Why?
I didn't like it when I was a kid, but as an adult, I love it. There's nothing better than the alarm going off at 6 a.m. and you hit it 3 times and you got an extra 29 minutes of sleep.
29 minutes?
Well, you got 30 seconds to hit the button, 20 seconds to hit the button, 10 seconds to hit the button.
Yeah, the snooze buttons that go off these days on people's phones seem to go off every 5 fucking minutes.
You can adjust that.
I'm sure you could, but just the fact that if you live with someone or you regularly sleep over at their house or apartment or what have you, don't fucking hit the snooze button. It's so goddamn inconsiderate.
In that situation, yes, I'd have to agree, yeah.
I remember one of the first times my ex spent an entire weekend with me at my apartment. By the end of it, I was so goddamn fed up with her and her snooze button habit that I told her that she was not allowed to have her phone in my bedroom anymore if she's going to spend the night, or she needs to turn off the snooze. I had to put my fucking foot down and tell
the beast
no more. I had to break her of the habit.
Oh, your ex.
The beast.
Okay.
The beast.
As I referred to in that previous episode. I told you, get used to the term.
The beast. Beast.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
Tom.
Working on it.
Keep up with shit. So
The beast.
eventually got over her snooze button habit. But my wife now also has a snooze button habit. And the other day, it went off 5 or 6 times. And at the end, I want to be like, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you not fuck me out of an hour of sleep because you don't want to get up when the goddamn alarm goes off? Just set the motherfucker later.
I sleep heavy now, and so when my wife's alarm goes off, I don't even hear it.
Oh, fuck you.
I don't hear her get out of bed. I don't hear her shower. I don't hear anything she does. And half the time when she comes in to give me a kiss before she leaves, it scares me. It's just like...
Ah, why you touching me, bitch?
Oh my god, what? Oh, I'm leaving for work. Okay. And I go back to sleep.
Well, I hear everything, even with earplugs. I have to sleep with earplugs because my brain won't ever shut off. I probably have ADHD, and I'm sure there's medications they could give me for that, but I'm not sure how it would affect me. So I don't want to take any.
It's like speed for your brain. It wears off.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be hooked on any of that crap.
You don't really get hooked on it.
I don't know.
But it's good to try to learn to manage it without relying on medications. As an adult, you could probably do that. As a child, I don't see it as possible.
Now, when I was growing up, I never once got the benefit of a snooze button. What I got was my dad would wake me up for school. This was in high school. He'd wake me up for school, and if I didn't get up within the first 3 minutes, he was back in there, and he'd fucking turn the light on. And then he'd pull the blanket off me and be like, seriously, get up. I'm not going to be late for work for you. Because he had to drive me to school for the first few years before I had someone I consistently rode with and then eventually drove myself.
Okay.
So I never had the snooze button. And I'm like, I don't get it because they have said that is worthless sleep. You wake up suddenly, you shut off the fucking alarm and hit snooze, and then you drift right back into just a brain-dead state of sleep. It's not even restorative or restful sleep. You're just in a deep, retarded half coma.
Yeah.
And then it fucking goes off again. Yeah, does it? Because a lot of people complain, I fucking feel so groggy.
The beast.
Would hit the snooze button 5 or 6 fucking times. And by the end of it, she'd be like, I'm so tired. Maybe you should have fucking gone off. Or maybe you should have fucking gotten up when the thing went off the first time and sprung into action for the day like I do. That's why my alarm was always across the fucking room from me. It wasn't a phone. It was an alarm clock. I never used my phone alarm. Now I specifically only use my phone alarm because I got sick of waking up because I was a restless sleeper. I got sick of waking up and seeing those goddamn red digital numbers taunting me from across the room like, fuck you,
See, that sounds like
3:30.
the alarm clock I had when I was a kid. It was an alarm clock, and then it was a phone base, so you could put a phone on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have the phone, and that one didn't have a snooze button. It didn't work. So like it was, the on off, you set and everything, and then it was the alarm off button, which was the far to the left. And so growing up with that one, I set it for, if I had to be up at 7 a.m., I'd set it for 7 a.m. and I would and then I would shut it off, but I would get out of bed right away. And if I didn't wake up from that, my brother usually would make sure I got up, but I was usually right up out of bed. I was a big morning person at that time. My parents were at work already when we got up, so they never were like to get us out of bed except on a weekend if we needed to go to church. Can you guess how often that happened?
Should I guess never. Not a lot?
Not a lot. Like my brother and I would be very, very quiet on Sundays when we weren't going out to whatever we were doing. And we would be very, very quiet so my parents wouldn't wake up in hopes that we would miss church.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it also is that goddamn annoying alarm sound that you just emulated. I couldn't stand to hear that sound, and if I accidentally set my alarm off as a kid on my digital radio clock thing that I got, if I turned it too far to one side, it was just going, ree, ree, ree. That sound fucking wigged me out. I couldn't hear it. I hated it. It was nails on a chalkboard times infinity. So I would always put it on a radio station, turn it all the way up, which I'm sure pissed my mom off, who didn't have to get up yet, because our bedrooms were on the same level, separated by a bathroom, so they were down the hall from me about 25 feet.
Okay.
And my alarm would go off and probably wake her up. And I know my dad could hear it going off because I shut it off. He's like, "Geez, why is it so loud?" I'm like, "You want to fucking wake up, don't you?
I want to wake up.
Jesus Christ, make up your mind."
If it's loud enough, you don't want to go back to sleep. You're too shocked.
So I would always have my alarm go off on a radio station I didn't want to hear, like country.
Oh.
Or something else annoying as shit. Or AM Spanish radio.
That would annoy the shit out of me.
Right, that makes you fucking... That's what the alarm clock is for. The alarm clock is not to be like, "Hey, you going to get up soon? What are you going to do today?" It's not there to gently rub your shoulder and coerce you.
You know, it's funny. They have ones that are exactly that.
Do they?
Yeah, my dad actually had one. I don't know if he uses it anymore. He's retired, but it would start up be like just really soft, like, "Hey, it's time to get up," and then a little bit like if you snooze it would be like, "Okay, you got to get up. It's time to get up. Get ready for work, whatever." And then if you snooze it again, it'd be like, "Okay, it's really time to get up and get out of bed." And I had a friend that had an alarm clock that had like 4 or 5 different voices.
Really?
That would come on in different successions, and one of them was really funny because it was like a German guy.
And you need to get out of the bed and get ready
kinda
for
like
your
that.
work.
Yeah,
because
like
if you don't end up at your job today, you might end up going for day labor and being a part of the proletariat, and no one wants that.
Okay, I'm not quite like that.
So
but
get
close.
the fuck up. Get the fuck up right now, or I'm going to come there and I'm going to stick my fist up your ass.
Yeah,
and you'll say 9, and I'll say, "Yeah." I think if
you do that so well, you should make an alarm clock.
Perhaps I should. I think if you really want to get people out of bed in the morning, what you need is an alarm that goes off with the sounds of slaughterhouses. So, cattle being ground to bits and shit, just the most terrible sounds. Like a fucking baby crying after falling down the stairs.
A baby crying will get you out of bed, lickety split, just kind of.
The sound of, I don't know, like Hillary Clinton talking about anything.
"I'm going to come in your room and steal your files." I just, whatever. I don't got it.
I would love to have like a transvestite alarm clock. It's like, "Excuse me. Did you know that it's 7:15 a.m.? And if you don't get your little tight buns out of bed right now, I'm going to come over there and make ham and eggs all over your chest. Do it, you bitch. Do it, you little saucy bitch."
That alarm. I remember one very specific time. I'll share this quick. I wasn't waking up to it. I was actually it incorporated into my dream, and I dreamt I was in the lunchroom at school, and that Lamar Jones, the guy from Police Academy movies that made all the weird noises.
Larvell Jones.
He was in there going, bouncing around on the tables in the lunchroom, and all the kids were clapping and all that. And that's when my brother woke me up. When I woke up, I realized going,
Really?
I was shaking my head back and forth.
I mean, I'd probably do anything for a Bobcat Goldthwait alarm clock.
Yes.
That would be pretty cool. Or another one that would be really good to get people going is the sound of a dentist's drill.
Oh, man. That's
Yeah.
just creepy.
Yeah,
My teeth are hurting just
these
hearing
fucking people that are like, 5 more minutes. And it's like, bitch, I don't have to get up for 3 more hours. And here you are fucking up my sleep because you're not a morning person. So I came up with the idea of almost like an ankle bracelet they have for people on house arrest. It's an ankle bracelet, and when it's time to get up, it just vibrates. It doesn't shock you. It vibrates.
Thank you for
and it kind of
clarifying
gets you
that.
up. It wakes you up. It's not going to give you like a zap like a taser would, but it's enough that you're like, oh shit, I got to get up. And because it vibrates, it doesn't wake up anybody else. Because the point of this whole episode is the concept that the snooze button, when you're in a committed relationship and somebody else sleeps in the house that you do, is the snooze button's really fucking rude. Get the fuck up.
Look at that. I don't hear my wife. So I don't even know if she snoozes it.
You think that women were hitting the snooze button in the 1950s? No, because they get a fucking punch in the eye. Jesus
Get up
Christ.
and make me some eggs.
Ah, that's goddamn ridiculous.
I had one alarm clock that on my phone. It was a dude's like, come on, man, I'm trying to get up. Root, wake up.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Wake up. With the klaxon alarm in the background. I love that alarm clock. And that was when I had a roommate who slept in the room below me. I had that thing cranked way loud, so I wake up, and he told me after a few months, he's like, I hear that every fucking morning. Just like, you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, really what I'm driving at here is that my wife needs to... I even said this to her, Mike, can you fuck off with the snooze button, please? You're killing me. I didn't have to get up yet because it was my day off. And you had that goddamn thing going off 3, 4, 5 fucking times. Set it for an hour later. Jesus Christ. Set it for whenever you absolutely have to get up. And if you wake up before it, like I frequently do, because I almost never get woken up by an alarm clock, I just fucking wake up ahead of time. My brain's like that. Just like
My brain used to do that.
Well, I also have the unfortunate mental status of knowing that if I have to get up early the next day to do anything important, I can't sleep at all that night. My brain's like, don't fucking oversleep. Don't be late. You got to do this shit. Don't fuck it up. You got plans to do this. So I'll wake up 6 or 7 fucking times between when I go to bed and when I have to get up. And it sucks because I don't sleep for shit. So amplify that by the fact that you got somebody with a phone that goes off every 5, 10, 15 fucking minutes while you're trying to sleep.
You're saying like your wife sets her alarm for like say 5 a.m. but she doesn't gotta actually get up until 6 because she's got to be to work at what 7?
She sets it for 6:45 and then it'll go off at 6:50 and 6:55 and then 7. And sometimes she'll sleep until like 7:10, and by then I just want to be like, I hate your face.
No, that's not so bad. I thought she was like had like a 10. Well, you mentioned 5-minute snooze, but I was thinking like if she was snoozing it for 10 minutes 5 times for she snoozed it for an hour, that would be really fucking annoying. But I mean, yeah, the whole being courteous thing because you don't have to wake up. I guess there's no real way around it. You're just gonna have to suffer.
Well, just imagine if like you had a lawnmower,
Mm-hmm.
and you were gonna mow the lawn. You didn't have to mow it till Wednesday, but it started itself up on Sunday afternoon, and you needed to go out there and shut it off.
It automatically starts like time to mow the lawn.
And then on Monday you do the same shit, and Tuesday you do the same shit. Your neighbor's gonna be like, "What the fuck is your problem? Just mow the goddamn lawn, you weirdo."
Even your lawnmower wants to mow it.
Your evil sentient robot that appears to have been built by Skynet is trying to give you a hint here that it's time to get off your ass and maintain your lawn.
That would actually be kind of funny. Like, what the hell's that noise? Oh shit, the mower.
Okay,
hang on, I'm gonna go snooze it.
Right. Well, even worse yet, say that you wouldn't if you knew you had somebody coming over to have some intercourse later. I'm air quoting intercourse. I don't know why.
Because everybody can see us. That's
right. Because I was going to say relations. If you're having, quote, company over later, and they're not going to be there for a half an hour, you wouldn't fluff your penis to have a boner ready to go the second they got there. You wouldn't do it every 5 minutes for that half an hour.
No.
You might go, okay, they're going to be here in a few minutes. And then the second that you see the headlights pull up.
I could rub one out in that time.
You're not going to rub one out, and it's not about that. It's about being ready to go, not being done and numb to the whole... Jesus Christ. No, that's overkill. Say the girl's coming over, and you look at the front window, and you see the headlights. You're like, sweet. You start rubbing your cock, waiting for her to come knock on the door to come in. So you're at a half-mast. Because I'm pretty sure she's going to say hi, because who wants to come in your house automatically and be like, hey, and just fucking right there, mouth to dick. That's not how life works for most of us. We have to put some effort into it, because these are human beings, not fucking sex robots.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't just do that and be like, oh shit, Caitlin's going to be here in 10 minutes. Just start fluffing it.
Wake up.
Come on, you son of a bitch. It's going to be here in 10 minutes. You better start getting the juices flowing here.
Yeah, I got to get some Viagra.
You wouldn't do that. So why the fuck do you have the snooze button?
I have to say they're two totally different situations, but hilarious nonetheless.
Yeah, well, if you're one of those spouses that uses the snooze button and then consistently hits it all the time and it wakes up your spouse before they have to get up and you fuck them out of sleep, just know you're an inconsiderate dickhole.
I won't disagree.
But hey, if they're already gone for the day, whee! Knock yourself out, you inconsiderate fuck. Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number 2 fan Tom.
And that's the end.